Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. The 9th anniversary is on right now, and it is incredible. Definitely on pace to be the best celebration in Dokkan history. One of the best things I really love about the 9th anniversary is the amount of difficult content stages we have gotten that are different. There are now so many different difficult stages. Some characters have strengths for one stage, they don't have strengths for another stage or something like that, right? Now, what we're going to look at here is 5th anniversary Blue Gogeta. Now, we're going to go into... I think that this is probably the toughest fight. I mean, I would want a little bit more... Okay, so Gogeta was in slot 7. Okay, sure. I would probably want a little bit more experience with this fight before, yes, it is the toughest fight. But BROLY has a lot of nasty abilities all the way until the very end when he cancels dodge, which obviously, I mean, we now have a few fights that do cancel dodge. And, I mean, there's just a huge difference between a fight that cancels dodge and a fight that does not cancel dodge. Because dodge is just so far and away the strongest thing you could do that it makes a ton of sense for them to create a bunch of stages like this that cancel it. Because otherwise, like, how could fights really be tough when you could just dodge all over the place, right? Like, that's the thing with, like, Fusion Zamasu. Fusion Zamasu's got some tough abilities, but, like, I mean, I don't know, like, I know how to build my characters, so, like, I just am dodging all over the place in there, right? But, you know, you go over to a fight like this, and once we reach the end, that doesn't work. Now, this fight would definitely be the hardest fight in the game if you couldn't dodge at all the entire time. Like the original Red Zone Broly, you couldn't dodge in any phase, which was devastating. This Broly fight, the next phase and the next phase, the next two phases after this Tech Broly right here, are still very tough. But we can dodge in these phases. So that does kind of, you know, like bring it down a notch from how difficult it potentially could be. Now, we're obviously running the 200% Movie Hero team. I really like this team because of how cohesive it is. A lot of you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Broly's team because it's a mess. Regardless of how good or bad the team is, saying it's a mess is true. With the types of characters you're running together, it's a mess. And the Movie Hero team is just ultra cohesive and not a mess in any way, right? Over in a Flash is just so strong and prevalent right now. And, okay, I feel like I've done a lot of blabbering away, but I haven't really talked about 5th anniversary Blue Gogeta yet, who's kind of the point of this video here, but, I mean, he was in slot 7, to be fair. We'll just do this. Remember, Tech God Goku will make a comeback for this fight. I do think probably one reason they feel comfortable, you know, being like, okay, like, you know, like, there's this crazy boss that's going to do a bajillion damage, but you can't dodge, is because they know that we have the ability to bring this guy, who's still pretty capable, this God Goku right here. Certainly, some of these Broly phases, I think, could do damage to God Goku, but it's not the type of damage where we're, like, cooked or toast or anything like that. Alright, so now we get Gogeta. I really would like to not float him off right here if possible, but, man, it's... We would be taking a monster gamble. Okay, so let's start with this. We got God Goku again. Most of the team has over in a Flash. I think I'm going to leave Gogeta on rotation right here and just pray. Now, this is the phase of Broly that does double super, right? So this guy can super multiple times. I don't know if he would one-shot Blue Gogeta if he does super. I'm going to leave him on rotation and hope that this does not bite us in the ass. Because I would like to get Gogeta transformed and start to build him up and stuff like that. But the whole point is, this fight ends against Broly, Chila, and Lemo, cancel dodge, ridiculously powerful boss, but they're physical, right? So we could bring the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions would work well in this style of fight where we have a bunch of really strong phases, but this fight does go on long, right? So we have plenty of time to build up Gogeta. Gogeta, when he transforms into Blue, has his 100% chance to dodge, which we're going to be able to make perfect. Oh, perfect. That's so good for us. So this Broly does double super, but he has a 4 attack cooldown. So he cannot super Gogeta in slot 2 right here. So we're good. We're good. Remember that every super Gogeta does, he is stacking attack right here. So we'll go ahead and build up a little bit of damage when we get to the end. I think that there's a very good chance, nice triple, beautiful. There's a very good chance we could end this fight with Gogeta's active skill. And, you know, I really like, okay, so he's taking a little bit of damage right there, even after triple supering. Oh, yeah, because, okay, so Broly's normals are 420, which isn't that bad. But remember, Broly gets 50% attack every time he supers. So he has extra damage because he had already supered. We might get a... No double super right there, okay? Alright, so now we can start transforming these other Gogetas. No reason to use Dragon... We should save Dragon Fist for the end, just in case we need it towards the end. Okay, so we have Gogeta transformed. Obviously, that's going to get us healed, too, which is going to be really good. We do want to give God Goku a lot of orbs. Again, God Goku could certainly take a lot of damage from this Broly. Like, if Broly supered right away, he probably would do at least 200k to God Goku, even through God Goku's damage reduction, because, again, this Broly does hit hard. So, you know, we'd want to be careful of that. I think we probably will finish this phase of Broly off. I guess it depends on how Gogeta is going to perform here. How many super attacks he's going to do and stuff like that. I would prefer to finish Broly. Yeah, dude, that's after God Goku supers. He took 200k after he supered. That's so... Dude, I literally... It was a tweet. Someone was talking about, like, oh, like, you know, movie bosses' characters quaking in fear when they see this God Goku. And, like, I just kind of, like, cheekily replied, well, I mean, yeah, then the boss supers him for 300k anyway because it's 2024, not 2022. And I had people going, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, actually, I guess I do. Yeah, the bosses hit really goddamn hard. Even when you have monster damage reduction. Like, I'm not saying the damage God Goku took right there was bad or anything like that. That's not the point. It's that these bosses hit so hard, even when you have these crazy damage reduction characters and these huge guard characters. You're gonna take damage. There's just no way around it, man. All right, now this is great. See, I'm so pleased right now with Dokkan. All the different difficult fights they gave us, right? So, you know, we could utilize a lot of these fun characters in a lot of these different fights. Okay. So, okay, so Broly has a territory, but Broly's territory doesn't really do too much here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and transform into Blue Gogeta. This is going to get us to back up to full HP. All right, we need to prioritize God Goku in that last slot. Well, Broly, in this phase, he does only super once. So, I mean, chances gotta be good that he's gonna super right away. Let's hope. Okay, so remember, we do need a Rainbow Orb for you. Yeah, we could hit that, and that's gonna be 6 for God Goku, yep. Sure is. Beautiful. And again, the over and a flat... See, I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun. We get to use fun-ass characters. This Broly is devastating with the amount of damage he could do. Well, too bad for him, we've got Blue Gogeta, who has a 100% chance to dodge. Yeah, Broly does basically 1.7 million, plus he lowers your defense by 40%. So, he basically... He has a heart... Damn, we're getting a bunch of normals, of course. Alright, at least there's a second super. Broly, essentially, in terms of the damage he does, he is basically a harder hitting version of Into Mega. That's what this Broly does. Could Carnival Blue Gogeta live it? I'm not sure. If he quad supered, probably not. Now remember, Carnival Gogeta does stack defense and base, but I mean, we would have only done one stack, so I don't know if that's going to be enough. Is this mine or the friend that's potentially going to get supered here? This is mine, which means I'm fairly confident in our dodging abilities, but we'll see. Oh, also one other thing. So remember, Carnival Blue Gogeta has this great active skill. We don't want to use that in the last phase. Hint system additional normal. No super, okay. We don't want to use Carnival Blue Gogeta's active in the last phase. That would be, I think, foolish. It depends on how things go, but remember, you do his active skill and he forces the enemy to attack him. So Broly, Chila, and Lemma would super, and they're going to be forced to attack that blue Gogeta. But typically, Gogeta has a 100% chance to dodge, but that's not going to work. Now, I think Gogeta could probably live the super if he would get to, you know, quad super first. But, so this is Broly's... Dude, the loading on that was crazy. That hit us. Okay. We'll live, but I think this is going to hit really hard. Oh, no. Well, God Goku stacks defense. Yeah, he took that pretty well. Yeah, that's God Goku stacking defense right there. He had so many supers up to this point. And then, yeah, dude. Yeah, this team... I am having so much fun with this team. Should we leave Carnival Goku on rotation? I think Gogeta is very likely to just kill right here. Remember, Broly supered at the end. He has a very long cooldown. He cannot super in slot 1. Broly can't super in slot 1. We're not going to see him super on this turn. Damn, a crit right there would have been fantastic, right? Well, no, wait, no. Am I stupid? He has guaranteed dodge on this turn. Okay, so we'll just finish with Blue Gogeta right here. Again, I'll leave Carnival Goku on rotation. You know, I feel like having that revive around will probably be smart for us. All right, so now Gogeta's going to have guaranteed crits because he did all these dodges. So again, like I've been explaining, on this next turn, we will not be using Gogeta's active. If Gogeta was able to attack first, I do think he has the potential to survive if he, like, quad supers, but it's probably not something we're going to be... it's not something I want to put to chance or anything. Oh, this is great. We have Dragon Fist available to us. Yeah, we do. Okay, wait a minute. Let's do this. Let's absolutely throw out Dragon Fist. The extra defense could help us a lot too as well. I would argue, I feel like that Dragon Fist is underrated. No super at all. Wow, okay. I would argue, I think that Dragon Fist is underrated, actually. Because he's so good that, like, even though so much of his kit is reliant on dodging, I just find myself using him in all these dodge-canceling fights. Because his kit is so strong and so tight that he works even when the boss cancels dodge. Okay, so, this really is quite lucky for us, I suppose. We're going to be able to use Blue Gogeta's active. Or, yeah, okay. I'm just going to quickly reset, because obviously we don't need to use the Dragon Fist right here. I think if STR Blue Gogeta super quad crit, which he's going to do, because remember, he guaranteed crits at 24 key, I think we potentially could kill Broly, Chila, and Limo right here. And, you know, they decided not to super. Well, I mean, they're idiots. They're going to get smoked here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play the active skill for Gogeta again, because dude, the OST and Gogeta talking is just... you guys, it's so good. You guys get it. All right, great damage right there. Now, remember, we're going to take a lot of damage from that initial normal attack. Oh, it's not that bad. Okay. I think we're going to take maybe about 200k from this one normal. We got to make sure he gets a rainbow orb, of course. He has to get a rainbow orb in order to get the additional. We can go ahead and hit that right there. And I think that this fight is probably going to be done. We could see STR Blue Gogeta tank well if we didn't use the active, but obviously we had to use the active. Only 100k right there, not really too bad. Now remember, all attacks are forced at Gogeta, but we looked with Dragon Fist Scouter, saw that there's no super attack, so we were safe. Again, I think that, like, Gogeta quad supering, he could probably, like, just barely live their super, because their damage you know, considering how long this fight is, their damage is only 1785, which is definitely, like, survivable, right? But the reason their damage is significantly lower than the Gogeta fight is because you can't dodge, right? Dokkan is well aware of how nasty that is, so they compensate it by lowering the damage. Whereas in the Gogeta fight, Gogeta has, I mean, it's not an unsurvivable super attack, but it's close. It's close. Please give me one more super, Gogeta. No, he triple normaled. Come on, Gogeta. Oh, man, that's why, like, I do like 5th Anniversary Blue Gogeta, but he does have that on his back. I mean, imagine if he quad supered right there, quad super, quad crit. Like, the damage, he still does a lot of damage just with his normals, but... So there we go. Again, I think really well done by Dokkan with a lot of the fights, a lot of the, just the 9th anniversary in general. We have so many different fights that these characters, these fun characters, the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions kits are incredibly fun. We can use them in like a real, meaningful, super difficult fight, and we could use full strength of their abilities. That's what's fun. We needed fights of this length where we have, you know, 4 really tough Broly phases, 4 really tough Gogeta phases, right, that are super hard, because it allows us to use the full scope of some of the most fun characters in the game, right? Like, Carnival Blue Gogeta is so sick when we could do all of his shit, right? Same with the 5th anniversary fusions. No AoEs in these fights either, so it's a little bit more comfortable. So yeah, let me know. 5th anniversary Blue Gogeta, I mean, you guys saw he did good. He did a lot of damage in this fight. He had the guaranteed dodge. I mean, he's got tools. And then even when we get to the end, you know, dodge is canceled against Broly, Chilai, and Lemmo, but he's got type advantage. Like, if Broly, Chilai, and Lemmo supered in slot 2 right there, you know, Gogeta would have been able to tank it well. Well, he would be able to tank it better if he did more than one super, but you guys get what I'm saying. So, let me know what you guys thought, and I'll catch y'all next time.